Okay, there it goes. Mic check 1 2. Okay, there it goes. Mic check 1 2. Okay. That was weird. Maybe somebody saw it. Maybe most people didn't. Just for you future viewers, I tried to start streaming, and then it said it was connected, but it wasn't streaming. I don't know. Good old simple turn it off and on again, and it worked. Don't know. Okay. Hello everyone. How we all doing today? This is J-Pop, and we're back with more 7th Saga Randomizer. So, today's my normal streaming schedule, Wednesday. So that's on track again, finally. And if for any of those that didn't catch it, a couple days ago, I was just getting a stream up, doing some mess around stuff and whatnot, and somebody proposed an idea because I was asking members of the chat what what type they would like to see, 80%, SeedS%, or no gold %. And then somebody came up with the cheeky answer of all of them. And then it kind of dawned in my mind, and if you watch the video, you kind of see the moment where it's like, I let it run through my mind, and I couldn't think of a reason why I couldn't. Now, traditional or any % is the standard, so it's, kind of threw that one out the window. But I was like, can you do a SeedS and a no gold together? And I really sat there thinking about it, and there really isn't a reason why not to. And even thinking about it afterwards, is it harder? Yes, but it's also easier in some ways because of the necessity sometimes required in both of those runs. For the no gold, what makes it easier is that all the treasure chests have seeds in it. So you kind of know where that's coming from. With the SeedS%, you don't have, in terms of speed, you don't have to go through towns because they're useless to you. And since item drops are increased in no gold %, you could come across an item that's just awesome. So, and I haven't been able, for the life of me, to think of a new type of run that sounds like fun, that really gives it something to worry about, something to in a unique way to challenge. So, again, that's why you see the SeedS no gold %. That's going to be what I'm running. So I'm going to be running the combination of both things again. So to go over the randomizer, how it looks, we have the stores, randomized no rare items. It's pretty useless. That setting almost doesn't matter anymore because we don't need them. Treasures, rare items only. That will give us seeds and recoveries. Hero interactions, randomized. Equipment chance, 75% chance, since everything's by drops. We need to have an advantage of what we get because we don't even know if it's good or not. But 75% because a little bit of, nah, you can't have this one. It sounds like fun. 16 random spells, since also with the seeds, you only, you mostly will run this solo because there are not enough seeds for 2 characters. It just won't work out it won't go well if you try to do so. And getting a partner under the SeedS% is all borderline useless. Borderline. There is some good points to it, and that is true, but it's borderline useless because all heroes will be at level 1. So they're not going to have any stats. It needs to be all by seeds. But because there's no leveling up, learn all spells at level 1. Monsters, randomization, realistic, monster drops, chaos. 100% monsters can drop, 16 out of 16 chance that something will drop. Okare nasai Coolio. Welcome, welcome. 14,700% standards adjustments, 700 boosts, but the seed minimum and maximum is 15, so you will get the most out of it. Scaling 14,700 standard across the board. All monsters award 0 XP, so there'll be no leveling. Standard speed ups. So, Anonymous, Okare nasai. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I will give Anonymous the option. You can give me anywhere between 3 to 5 numbers. I will replace the 5 numbers of the seed number with those, and I will stop as soon as you post something in the chat. And I see something, so I will stop that right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I have 9, 4. If I type right, 9, 4, 7, 0, 5. I'm a little slower typing on top of the keyboard because I 10 key it, but I can't 10 key because my 10 keys are bound to my live splits, and by my experience, I've messed that up, so I just never do it again. 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9. Did I do that right? I hope I did that right. I don't know that song. I just know that line. So the seed number I will be running today is 180-249-4705. And once again, this is the SeedS+NoGold %. So we're doing the combination one again because it's the newest and freshest. And there. What was happening? Don't know what happened. Technical difficulties. You probably didn't see it. It probably was my bad anyway. Oh, that's loud. There we go. So let's take a look. Now, growth stats don't matter, which is good for Camille because his are all trash. How is my Wednesday? My Wednesday's good. I had to do some adulting in the morning. Nothing too heavy. Just had to do it. I'm actually lucky. I was able to make a purchase that I will explain hopefully in a week's time. Okay, no, I'm just gonna say it now. Hopefully, I get a new video card, a 3060. So you know, if yeah, my video card is old. Mine currently is a 970, and and I actually checked. It's been about 3 or 4 years since I bought my 970, and I checked how much prices are now of the 970, and it's like $400 more than when I got it. It's insane. But I've got this 3060 at a very reasonable price considering, and I can't wait to get it in. Mostly so I can play games like Back 4 Blood and Hunt Showdown at higher higher settings or better frame rates or both. You have a 1050 as well. My son has. I think he has a 1050 Ti. likely having the rest of your life at this rate. Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, the reason I actually got my son's PC, because it was on sale, around Christmas time, and it was $500 for the PC, and it had a 1050 in it, and I was like, oh shit, a PC, you know. It's an okay PC, you know, but with a 1050, I was like, I got it for him for Christmas. And we've upgraded his PC with just some RAM upgrades, you know, little stuff. It can't get that much better, but I mean, now years have passed. My son is into PCs and gaming and whatever, so it's serving him well. He likes it. You know, he knows there's more, but he is thankful for what he has. And you have a 960, so we're really close. What we're running Anonymous. Now there could be differences that I'm really unaware of. That could be big, but you know, by numbers they're close, and I assume they're pretty close just in general. Video cards are so ridiculous. Oh, they're a whole PC on themselves at this cost. It's so damn ridiculous. I don't get it. So, Camille has okay starting stats, but probably not. Olvin has some power. He has some speed. He has power and hit points. It's not the worst pick out of all of them. Waifu got all the stats. She got all the stats again, so it's looking pretty good for Waifu there. Wilmy, he's okay, but nothing all that good. The two big problems: scalpers and cryptocurrency miners. Yeah, scalpers encompasses everything. So this is not excluded, and the cryptocurrency is the driving force behind that. And general silicon scarcity, I know. I wonder what's going to happen to electronics at some point. Like the recovery of gold and things like that. Unless we use, it's probably all forms of silicon now. But yeah, it's got weird shortages, weird demands for it. His magic and speed are 0 lux. I mean, you are a robot, so no speed, no magic. Makes perfect sense. Valsuck is actually kind of average, but just that. Legis, he's kind of middle. Alright, it looks like it's Waifu again for the reasons that she has MP. She has more power than last time and some speed, so. Alright. SeedS+NoGold %. Timer starts when I hit this button. Timer ends on the last hit on Gorcia. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Waifu with Laifu. I mean, really, she's the only female in this game, so she is by default Waifu. My standards are there is one Waifu that you have per series. So, this one's it. I have to say though, if somebody picked Lux as Waifu, I'm not judging. Heck, if you want Valsuck, you know, as your husbando, I ain't judging you, just not for me. Alright, so we don't need to stop by any of the stores because they're all meaningless to us. This is, well, the castle's right here, so we go. I need to check out the magic spells. Rainer, Ice 2, F Shield, alright. Elixir 255, ooh, almost Ice. lasers. So we have lots of spells. I didn't see any group spells. Vacuum 2 doesn't quite count. No, don't see it. And it's possible I missed it. Somebody on a YouTube comment was awkward moment when you're looking for a protect. You say you don't have it, but you scrolled right by it. I haven't replied to the comment yet, but I have seen it. I may have replied it by the time this video goes up. But, awkward. Let's try Ice 2. Let's see how strong you are. Ice 2 is a spell? Oh, you only took 3 MP. Okay, how about Fire 1? Yeah, Fire 1 sucks. Any good items? Antidotes? Okaeri nasai, Max Must. I should just say Max. Really, I'm upset that Reality, Overworld, and Towns don't have their own teams. Alright, we got the Ramos Quick Kill. I think this will be a gold split for the first one, and it may be for maybe forever. You know, I did say like it was one of those stupid questions. If you won the lotto, what's the stupidest thing you do with your money? And one of my answers was have an orchestra follow me around and play me theme music and drama music and hype up music in many situations of my life. So if I had infinite amount of money and... Oh, so that Family Guy skit! Yeah, that's right, they did it in Family Guy. I thought of it before then, though. But yes, that skit. I think that's it? Yeah, that's it. Gonna go watch the skit. I wish I could watch the skit right now too, actually. That happens to me when we reference stuff, and it's like, man, now I want to see that reference, but I can't because I'm streaming. And I'm pretty sure the sound and everything will DMCA somewhere, so don't want that. Alright, it looks like we're not even going to the town Rabelisk. There's a protection seed in there, but that's it. Outside of that, I don't need it. I don't know what the wildest thing I would be to do with lottery winnings would be. Wishes from a genie. Wishes for more wishes. Now, if I had 3 wishes, the 3 wishes I would be making is and I don't know how I would word it even to this day, but the answer is basically make me Goku, or as powerful as a Saiyan, or a Super Saiyan, or something like that. I have to figure out how to word it, because I figure Monkey's Paw rules are gonna apply to this, so I gotta be careful. The next is to wish for the ability to make Dragon Balls. And then third is a Dragon Ball radar. Obviously, because if I'm basically like Goku, damn it. So much for the gold split. 149. What's my hit points at? Yeah, not enough. Maybe I have to hope one of the other spells does more damage. Darn, a 6.5 minute would have been a strong, super strong gold split. It's alright, just means there's time to save for next time. Come back to hear about balls and Dragon Ball Radar. Oh. Damn it, Goku. If I had wishes from a genie, and it would be 3 wishes. The 3 wishes is to kind of make me like Goku or Super Saiyan, or I don't know how to word it, because I'm under the pretense that Monkey's Paw kind of rules apply. You gotta be careful how you wish for it than anything else. So that's one wish. The second wish is the ability to make Dragon Balls. And then the third wish is to make me a Dragon Ball radar. There's the wind rune. Okay, but I need to find a town first. Well, I need to find Zealous first to be more precise. Are you Zealous or... Okay, well, you're nearby. Save only. Good job, J-Pop. Alright. Had you muted watch Family like about the theme music. He wished for it. Oh, from a genie. Oh, that's right. That's how it happens. Those are some very specific wishes. Hey, if you come across a genie and a chance to make 3 wishes, they need to be done right. You need to be ready for that. First things first, actually, I didn't need to, because I saved at the end. Now I'm just double backing like an idiot. What is my most mundane... What is my most mundane fantasy? Again? You know that the Dragon Balls have been backed by someone, right? If you're the most powerful being on Earth, that probably will be you, which I think excludes you from wishing on them. I don't think so. I've seen Kami make the wish. He made the Dragon Balls. He wished all the people, all those killed by Frieza back to life. Which sounds stupid because you can only bring one person back to life. But if you use different verbiage, apparently it's okay. Cause how are the wishes done on Namek? Again, Python? And I haven't forgotten Anonymous. I'm trying to think of what my most mundane fantasy is. Because before the 3rd wish of the Namek Dragon died, before the wish was granted, he died. Then... I think Python is the only monster in the pool. Cause when Kame wished all people killed by Frieza and his men back, Vegeta came back, Krillin came back, so did Dende. You know, I was gonna call him Little Green because I couldn't remember. Yeah. Was it the rule that you could only wish? Yeah, you could only wish one at a time, because in the Vegeta battle, they could only wish, or even, no, it was with Piccolo. They wished him back, and then wished him to Namek. Let me just concentrate getting these seeds, because I don't want to accidentally use something I don't want to. I think that's it. Yeah. I must pro. Best split of the game. So, most mundane fantasy. What's the definition of mundane? Like, average? You know, that's such like a, that's such like a contradicting question. Because, like, fantasy is supposed to be, like, kind of outlandish. Everyday, unexciting. So what is... But see, fantasy is not wish. Because I will say this, if it was, what is the most mundane wish? I'm basically going to steal Colin Mockery's and be like 2 Cokes and some chips. Most mundane fantasy. For me, is instantly paying off my student loan. It's a good answer. That's a good answer. I see it. The word mundane is so mundane. Like you've always wanted to have a specific flavor of ice cream but never did. But my favorite is plain old vanilla. It is. I'll go for vanilla. I don't know, paying off student loan, that seems exciting. You have a lot of extra funds. Yeah. I guess, and this is stealing from you, Anonymous. So, it would be, to pay off my, to buy, for some entity to magically come up and buy me a house. This might hurt a lot. Yeah. Your student loan debt is defaulted. Can it default? Now, I don't know what it's like in Canada. Here in America, you cannot declare bankruptcy on your student loans. Once you have them forever until you pay them off. You can defer student loans. There's a deferment program that you can do. Crime Tower, I hate you. Alright. Damn, it's on the other side of the mountains. I'm gonna check up here first, just in case. Alright. Alright, so that's the Cave of Milto. Defaulting and bankruptcy are the same thing. Yeah. I'm not sure what the process is when a loan is defaulted, to be honest. This is such bad town RNG. Oh my god. If the other towns are up in the mountains, that'll really hurt. This is the Bee Agility Guardian. Look at him in all his glory. He was generous to us and moved out of the way. My understanding, if your student loan is more than 10 years old, you declare bankruptcy is supposed to go away, but apparently it didn't apply to me for some reason. Magical fine print. Sign the fact that I'll never have credit again. You'll get there, Coolio. Maybe one day things will change and they'll fucking fix the whole... You can come back from credit. I mean, bankruptcy falls off in America after 7 years or something like that. And believe me, I hate student loans. I hate the whole system in general, and I believe it's a scam. It's in the mountains somewhere, and I don't have a town. I don't have a town close by. Damn it, it's getting on here. You'll get there. Well, Coolio, we wish you the best, and we know you're capable. That was Pell. I should have gone to Pell. Okay, I believe this is not up into the mountains. It's further in. Yeah, Max. You know what never ever ever sounded right? Like your every time the teachers tell you you have to get the new book because there's been a revision to it. Knowledge doesn't change that fast. They just make you pay for new books. And when I went to try to return my books, and it's like, alright, this one's $10. I was like, whoa, $10? They're like, yeah. It's like, no. I'm keeping the books. Like, what? It's like, no, I'll keep the books. You know, this is a big old fuck you. It is worth more than a paperweight than the $10 you plan on giving me. $10% APR? Until you refinance 10% on a student loan? You shitting me? Mine, while under deferment, was like 2.9, and then after was like 4.2. Even if they said use the teacher published book, you just asked for one of the older copies. Yeah. And absolutely. It's such a huge piece of shit. And it's funny, I'm not sure what, yeah, I don't have a group. That's the one thing that's killing me, is I don't have a group spell. Oh, fire isn't all that strong. That cocoon's gonna get me, isn't he? Yeah, I thought so. Funny, regardless of your age, teachers still look at you as if you're their lesser, as if they're talking to middle schoolers. They're getting paid to teach, which is their job, while you're working a job. Or 3, to be paid, taught, keep up your bills somehow. There are some people, there are some teachers who get it, and there are many who don't. And, there are some teachers who cannot teach. They are not good teachers. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Just because you went to school and got your master's and to be a teacher and all that stuff, like, you're a good student, you work hard, and you know your shit. I ain't doubting that. But can you teach? And there's plenty who can't do that. And there are all sorts of different types of people and situations, and, you know, sometimes I get it. Some students are beyond helping. I understand that. I believe that. And then there are some students, like, you know, you gotta be able to teach to them. Like, not all students receive stuff the same way, and I understand you can't teach in all different ways, but a good teacher is able to get the gears turning in a way that they can understand. This cocoon is scaring the shit out of me. And the whole, like, I had a teacher that was like, it should take you about an hour to do your homework. Like, okay. So I get off at 3 something, and then let's say it's 4 o'clock. English, math, science, history, the elective, Spanish or government. 5 hours. For 4 hours, for an hour each. That puts us at 9 o'clock. Then you add dinner. Alright, 10 o'clock. And guess what? It is bedtime. You know, at some point, in an hour or so. And you're gonna ask us to do that every day of the week. And let me ask you, is that living? Seriously. It, like, when they say it only takes an hour, teachers are like, that's only my class. It's like you and everybody else's. Now, I believe homework is important, but I also believe that homework should just serve the purpose of reinforcing what you learned for the day, which should take 15 to 20 minutes. Ooh, got some A seeds, alright. something more pleasant. So what's the best Asian cuisine? And Anonymous is the best person out of all of us right now. He is correct. I will look at these last two statements and then we will change it. Had a teacher in high school literally stop the lesson in class to reprimand a student, basically publicly bullying him. Made him write isn't over and over if they said or used the word ain't. So some teachers definitely aren't fit to teach. Ain't isn't a real word. It might be now, and I get the whole argument. And believe me, I understand where the teacher's coming from. I would have to... If this... I mean, really... Okay, now, if the student was being a smart ass, you know, and poking with the word ain't, like, depending, like, I think it could constitute a punishment, but like something like that. That's much. That's a bit much. Okay, so moving over. What's the best Asian cuisine? Best Asian cuisine. Yes, I'm a fan of sushi. I think there are a lot of intricacies to sushi that aren't appreciated enough. The Nihongo, I think that might be biased here on this channel. I wasn't planning on coming here, but since I have to. Katsu every day. Ooh, udon, yeah. The thing is though, with my brother, it's not the fact that it's Japanese, it's the fact that it's soup. Cause, I don't know bro, would you rather pick a big bowl of udon, or would you rather have a big bowl of wonton soup? Udon. Most wonton soup is subpar. Udon is more consistent. I see. Not cultured enough. Bourbon, orange, or teriyaki chicken. We found Biltham. Missing on the delicacies. Let's see. If you ever, for a find one thing at a restaurant is just as good when you have a good restaurant. The restaurant's what makes the food. I agree. Like, there's this restaurant, at the next town over to me. Like, no matter what you order there, it is fucking delicious. Fucking delicious. There's this, I think it's cherry chicken. And it's fucking astounding. Like, I never had cherry chicken before, but it's good. But you know what? No matter what we order there, it's good. What's my speed at now? Agility has been a gift. I don't like to risk trying new foods, and I'm that way too. Part of the reason why we try new things at this Chinese restaurant is because it was near where I worked. And me and a couple others, we rotated once a month. Somebody would buy lunch for the entire group. And you know, it's just a reason for us to get together, eat, and enjoy, and things like that. And, because of that setup, on one of my trips, it was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna try something new. So I tried something new, and we're like, woo! Some things were good, but like, okay, nah, not really, you know. But because of a situation like that, it allowed us to try something new. But otherwise, because I don't go to a place that often, so when I do get to go, I'm safe and get what I like because I want to enjoy the experience that I had there. And I'm with you, Maximus. In certain situations, will allow me to try new foods. Also, with my son practicing his cooking, some of you know, but maybe not, he wants to be a chef. So, he'll practice a new dish or a new thing or something a little bit different with this dish. To practice, he will take a piece of the meat of the thing that we're eating, and he could experiment on that one piece. Oh my god. Let me get out of here. The next Iron Chef? I hope so. I want him to kick Bobby Flay to the curb. No, so have a good time. Yeah. You could do is order what you like, but somebody orders something that interests you. Star. There we go. Just try it by. If you like it, get full one next time. And if not, no worries. It does help when you have someone else. It's like, ooh, what's that? I always let somebody. It's like, ooh, what's that? Like, give it a try. It's like, oh, you sure? It's like, you won't know if you like it if you try it. I like it. You know, have a bite yourself. Go out with a friend who don't mind sharing food and maybe one or two. Yeah, and it does, you know, there's some friends that I know, it's like pure, you know, damn, 999 heal, you suck. It's like pure, you know, you don't touch anything on my plate, I don't touch anything on your plates. I mean, appetizers in the middle, you nab with a fork or a spoon. I mean, proper, you know. And there was some, it's like, you know, it's okay with I grab. It's like, yeah. And it's like, you know, and it's like, look, I'll be clear. I don't mind if you double dip. You know, some people are a little iffy on that. It's like, look, I don't mind if you double dip. There's eating your food and then just dipping to get more of the sauce. And then there's nasty ass shit. You know, it's like, you could double dip. You know, just don't be nasty about it. That's about all I ask. After that, I don't care. You know. Some people do have certain boundaries, and I respect them all. Whatever it is, I'm okay with, you know. But I mean, if I don't really know you, like, at all, or if I believe that you haven't showered today, If I think you're one of those kinds of people, maybe not. Now, Wayne, eat for sustenance at this part. Rarely go out to restaurants, probably 20 objects of your grocery store that haven't changed. I have to admit, immediately, that's what actually brings me a lot of joy, with my son wanting to be a chef. We shop and we get some things that I never would have gotten. This spice, this seasoning, you know, getting some, not parsley, we made our own garlic bread. What was it? You should never go down south over here. This little land space for a town to spawn. It's a waste. I can't think of it right now. It's not parsley. It's not oregano. It's not rosemary. I want to say starts with a P. Luz Cave. Is there a town nearby? Come on, town nearby. I found a Luz Cave. Close enough. Paprika? No, it's a green. It's green. It's a green herb. Is it parsley? Not peppermint. It's Anyway, point is, I wouldn't have gotten it. Basil. Yeah, it was basil. Did begin with a P. Basil. It was basil. But you know, it's like there wasn't basil in this household until then. A little bit of dyslexia there, you know. But, you know, because of that reason, I buy new foods. We tried, catfish and cooked it. Catfish was pretty good. We tried tilapia. Tilapia was not so good. I didn't see the serpent castle. That should be Palasu. Okay, it is Palasu. Bought a bunch of spices, have no real value or taste of. So I feel better dumping 7 spices into a pot for no reason. And we'll try random spices and see how it goes. We messed with this head bump was because I was in Talane. This is SeedS+NoGold %, so I need to go into the castles. It's important. I read it as I'm dumping it. Basil? Basil. The thing is, though, Talane, I half purposely missed. Yes, I forgot. However, the last time I did it, I found Talane after I had already activated and moved the Wind Ruin. So, for efficiency's sake, it is most efficient to get them all in once in that sequence so you don't backtrack and save the frames. Now, it could come bite me in the butt. However, I truly believe this will not bite me in the butt because I have max agility already, the most important stat, and a spell that kicks ass. So what else do I need? Split the defense. There is a town down here. Wow, it's been such a long time since a town has been down here. God damn it, Crime Tower! I hate you! I'll kill you! Dot dot. Dot dot dot. Oh my god! Oh, this is the Sky Rune. First things first. It's Camille outside there. How do I get up there? And I always forget. There. And you know what? Risk it now. Oh, this is such a big risk. It's not worth the risk. Because I can't buy. I don't have a wind ball. I don't have the wind. I will lose the wind rune. I need to save first. I haven't had to make it clear in a long time. But you can load. You can reset the console. Do not stay. Good job, J-Pop. Alright. Imagine being named Herbert for your pickup line. Add some spice to your life. Ooh! One of them has tried that somewhere or added to their Tinder profile. I believe I could beat him, but if I lost, the run is over. Now, I know I skipped it. I am contemplating whether I should go back through the Lose Cave and collect the treasure chest that I missed. Here's the reason why. Agility is the stat that you need, above all else. Isuna is going to be running magic. I have not found a weapon yet. She does not have the power. It's not in the cards. I could get more hit points, which could save me. It could really save me in the run. I could also not and try to save all the frames that I could possibly save. Alright, this is the Serpent Castle. What's my magic points at? 174. My magic's not that expensive, but I'll never get to Elixir. I think I've made a decision. I will be skipping some treasure chests now. I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna risk massive victory or DNF. Now, I will pick up some of these treasure chests that are a little off the beaten path. Ooh, in and out. Double, no pickle, animal style. Ouch! That hurt. Fries? Yeah, fries. And when they ask for ketchup, ask for spread instead. If you ask for it animal style, it comes with pickles. Animal fries is not as good, in my opinion. I think just having the spread is what does it. The grilled onions on the animal fries, it makes it messy to eat. It's not enjoyable to eat. Damn it, I want to go to In-N-Out now. Do not put pickles in your coffee. And also, I don't like pickles. The end. What's wrong with you people? You can't stop. There's no In-N-Outs where you live. Ah, jeez. Visit Arizona. Had to try it. What did you think trying it? I know there's the West Coast side of In-N-Out, and then there's the East Coast side of White Castle. And I've heard both sides of the story. I've heard In-N-Out's not all that special. I've heard White Castle is better from people from this side. Man, that's been like 14 years now, but it was good. I will still say In-N-Out is the best fast food hamburger place. Hands down. There's no contest. Even to this day, there's still no contest. Yeah, my brother doesn't drink coffee. I do, however, high-class coffee connoisseurs will tell me that I'm not actually drinking coffee because I like mine with cream and sugar. And you know what? They right. They're not wrong. But I still like my coffee with cream and sugar. Two creams and two sugars? I was meant to be Canadian. Cafe Arulat. I'll eat Jack in the Box tacos 8 a day. And Jack in the Box tacos are made out of tofu. Telling. Jack in the Crack tacos. Somebody who goes to Jack in the Box definitely knows, because they call it Jack in the Crack. You were being, healthy conscious. No, healthy unconscious. A 4x4 is 4 of each. A Gretzky 9 is 9 of each because of his number 99. Did not know that. I also think In-N-Out posed a limit of how big you can make the burgers. Thought tofu was good for you. I mean, tofu fried is still fried. Like going for the late night munchie meal. Oh, yes. Brush. You know what? I have to admit, even a 3x3 is gross to me. It's not good. And the more you get it, you have to eat it with a fork and knife, which is fine. But to be honest, I'd rather have 2 cheeseburgers than like a 3x3. If I was really hungry, that's what I'd do. Wait, is the Gretzky a coffee? The 9 creams and 9 sugars? Cup of cream with... Okay, and I think the more that I'm reading it now... I will stop by and get this one. It's been a restaurant like 2 years, but I kind of want a Baconator now with all the burger talk. We are on a great pace, but with risk. I have opted to not grab every single... Let me try Fire 2. I haven't tried it yet. Nah, okay. but we're at great risk. I have not grabbed all of the treasure chests that I possibly could have. However, I have done a good chunk of them. I'm trying to avoid a fight here if I can. Then it'd be worth it. I am not a dip my fries in the shake kind of person. My son will dip his fries into Frosties, though. And mostly because we don't typically get shakes, but my son will dip his fries into Frosties. We are at the top right, huh? I like my fries in barbecue sauce, then Nexus ranch, then Nexus ketchup. Please be the town I need. No, not the town I need. All valid options. Thank you, thank you. Alright, there it is. At least I found it! See, there's that triple group of enemies that ball up and head towards you down a hallway. Now, this town RNG is actually pretty good. Connection of the cave to, where I need to go. Oh, I missed the plane crash split again. That one will never get a split. Oh, it's up there. And that's right, it's not even on this, it's through a door. Hold on, I'll respond to that comment. Are your fries their fingers and toes? And you know what? I was gonna be like, good God, we're not madmen here. Oh, that's right. First star rune, just for safety. Alright, do I have any bee ices or bee fires? I have a bee fire. This is the moment. Not the moment. Alright, well, that's a good sign. Alright. I'm gonna try to hold on to the bee power if I can help it. Because I have the moon rune instead, so that's what we're doing. $600, $300, $200. Trying to figure out what's the most efficient. I think it's this, because I save on the swing animation. Well. Burgers and desserts. I want to have In-N-Outs. I have to admit, to save money during this pandemic, whenever I've gone to In-N-Outs, I've gotten In-N-Outs, but have fried fries here at home. How good was this weapon? I'm gonna keep my original weapon out of principle. What type of principle? I don't know. Oh, I couldn't split the defense. I'm not a big fan of dessert myself. Like, I don't care for cake. Like, it's like, do you want cake? Like, give me a small slice. You know, it's like, but there's so much, it's like, I don't eat cake. I've only got one Exegate. I need one more. That's kind of lacking in this run. Kind of want Denny's. Denny's is alright when I'm in the mood. Actually, I've changed last few years. Used to buy tons of frozen fruit. Now I blend smoothie, apple juice, 5 days a week for desserts. That's actually pretty good. Don't have a Denny's around here. Popeyes, Popeye chicken. I like Popeyes more than KFC. I kind of like the spiciness of Popeyes when I want it. I have all my splits correct. Yeah, I have all my splits correct. Alright, Mama, what you got? So love cheesecake and sweets at age hit. It just lost all of its appeal. For me, it's actually the reverse. I actually like desserts less. The older I've gotten, the more I like desserts. But actually, when it comes to eating, I used to be a very rabid little, you know, just a little bit of my food. Damn it, Monmo. Alright. I like to eat food more now than I ever have in my life. Cheesecake is awesome, and I hope to get back to that comment for a more elaborate story. Years ago, I received 3 separate cheesecakes for your birthday. Yeah. That was awesome. From different people. It's a lot of cheesecake. Maybe I'll treat myself some Popeyes for your birthday. You should do that. It blows me down. My Popeye is not very good. Cheesecake Factory with strawberries. And thank you, Anonymous, because now we go back to the original comments. If you ever go to, especially the Cheesecake Factory, where their options are wide and plentiful, and you're on a date, trust me, it's the best thing on earth. Or when you're with friends, what you do is that you order your meal, and you order a cheesecake, and then you ask them to bring the cheesecake out first. Because then you get to eat all of the cheesecake and all of the desserts. And then you have your meal. But you'll probably get full with your meal. But you can take the meal home. Oh, there we go. Endgame weapon now. Thank you, Momo. Oh, Coolio. Out of the tough love, man up. Ask a girl out to a date for a Cheesecake Factory. Show your skills by ordering dessert first. You're in. No, that's a fruit, right? Technically, yes. My brother is... One's being a smartass and one's just an asshole. I'll let you guess which one was which. That's right, Max. It's a life hack. I was actually... It was, like a husband and... It was me and my girlfriend and a husband and wife. And, all longtime friends of mine. Safe stating because of the moonlight bug. And we were at the Cheesecake Factory. And I made my order. And I was like, bring out the dessert first. And I'm going to do a star ruin just in case. Because I don't have that many hit points. Oh no. Oh no. And that's max speed. Oh no. This might be a DNF. Course fucking run on an amazing pace ends in a DNF. Thanks, Coolio, for mentioning it. But, okay, so, won this double date, and I make my order, I make my desserts, and I was like, what dessert would you like? And she wanted whatever dessert, and I was like, alright, she'll have this, I'll have this, and bring it out first. And it's like, sure, no problem. And then the other couple of my friends across, it's like, you could do that? I'm like, you should do it. And so they did it as well. And we got our dessert first, and we ate it. And then we ate the regular meal. And it's like, look, you can take the regular meal home. Yes, you can take the cheesecake home. But the cheesecake is more delicious when you eat it there. The dinner, like, you could go home and reheat it, and it's nearly just as enjoyable as when you had it. Don't hate. I'm gonna make one more save state. Technically, I don't think it matters for this run, but I don't know. Should the rule be you have to do it every time? Alright, let's see. I have 1B agility, so we're gonna use it. And I'm gonna Star Ruin also, to be safe. Warm cheesecake from a Hawaiian restaurant. Immediately, that doesn't sound appealing. However, if I think of... Okay, good. Like a hot chocolate lava cake or something like that, that's freaking awesome. Like, I give it a try. Like, I start thinking like that. Or a hot cinnamon bun. Like, okay, depending on the cheesecake, I can get behind it. I'm gonna do elixir. I don't have enough. I'm going to do... I'm gonna do a recovery. Ah, damn it. Surprisingly, it wasn't hot, just warm and custard, like, okay. Alright, we got lucky. You killed me. Good. Psych, JK, not dead. But bona fide tip, and even just for your own enjoyment. If you go to a place known for its desserts, order your meal, order the dessert, and have the dessert come out first. You'll love life more than you did before. So worth it. You know what? Back to Asian dishes. I was gonna mention this, and I got distracted and or slipped on mine because I'm a bad streamer. For Chinese restaurants, you should try pot stickers, and you should try dim sum. They're like appetizers, yes, but if you want to try something like that, since they are of the appetizer class. If you have had them or not. It's not the Castle Town, it's not the one that we need. Pot stickers? Yes, it's... There it is. Dough-wrapped, pureed meat and vegetables or something fried. In Japanese, they have pot stickers. They're called gyoza. They'll probably be labeled in English Japanese pot stickers. Dim sum, isn't that just doing addition in low light conditions. Pocket stickers, aka gyoza, aka dumplings. There you go. They all fall under the dumpling class. Dim sum. It's like an exotic group of... Name your doors! Door number 2! Dim sum has bunch of different, you know, type of dumplings. There's shumai, there's the shrimp one, there are pork buns, there's a bunch of them. Shumai and the shrimp ones are my top recommendations. Or square root of 42. Alright, call a mockery. Now if you can say the line, I will clap. Is it this one? Damn. Damn. There are treasure chests somewhere up here and I forget. This one. There are 3 of them. Yeah. But I got this one. This one is mine. And it's the only one I'm getting. Because we got frames to save. As what Colin Mockery said in One Scenes from a Hat, what the dog was trying to say to you or something like that. The square root of 9 is 3. Colin has by far a better delivery than I do. So if you're ever at a Japanese or Chinese restaurant, just save. I have to say this out loud so I don't mess up. Alright. Pot stickers, dumplings, dim sum. Which all fall under the same category. But you'll probably see pot stickers vastly more than anything else. 2 category 1s. I like to sing like Colin. I really do. I really do. Was it Greg Proops that was making fun of Colin like that? Alright, I need a B agility. Oh, well, you're immune to ice. Me and my brother have seen, on 2 occasions, some of the cast, from Whose Line. I don't believe we've seen Colin, of the individuals. I don't believe we've seen Colin or, Wayne. I think those are the only 2 that we haven't seen. Yes, we know Colin is Canadian. Drew technically... No, I don't think so. Because was it in Lake Tahoe, that vacation? The Drew Carey, like, wasn't it him and his group of people? Because I thought it was the heading. Like, I remember it was Drew Carey's improv or something like that. It wasn't improvanza, but, you know, it was them. Audience members, is it hot in here? I remember Chip drinking out of that person's drink like twice. And of course the mousetrap finale. And when it came to suggestions from the audience, and after like 3 or 4 normal funny ones, everybody just went porn! And it was like 50,000 people just screamed out porn. It's like, we were having funny it was funny. It's like, alright, now bring in the sexy. We're ready now for sexy time. I get into a mood and I watch all the old Who's Line stuff and the new stuff too. I like the new stuff. I have to admit, I think the older stuff was more brilliant. I really do. They're still good. But I have to admit, if for some reason they build a scene with drama, the new stuff caps it off better. I'm glad I saved. The British version is more intellectually smarter, in my opinion. I have to admit, though, some of the British humor does fall a tad flat. And in some cases, really flat. I didn't realize you could miss the steps by going down a step earlier. Oh, get out of my way. Football season's almost here. They're setting up the offensive line. Jeez. Alright, I don't know. I gained some time here too as well. I will have to admit, the points don't matter part is trademarked to the American version. Because the points used to kind of get counted up, and then it's like, okay, you have a scene at the end, but then it's like, nah, it's whoever I say, whatever I say, the end. Alright, there's the town, so the question is... Please be down here. Yes! Alright, now please don't die. Okay. A lot of hit points, but no speed. Hopefully, he just pulls a leeches and defenses twos me, and I dodge all of them. Or you just as slow? We'll just go with just as slow. Did the points even really matter in the British version? Probably not. Somebody has scored all the points, and somebody keeps a running count total of who has the most points. In whose line? Did Clive really focus on points in the British version? Yeah, I do know that in some episodes he would count up the points at the end and then say who the winner is, and then have the ending credits segment. Now, I recall seeing it. Whether he actually did it and did it all the time, I don't remember. I always felt that Drew made that a bigger deal joking about it. I know, cause it's like the joke he liked to keep sticking it. Of how much the points really mattered, or lack thereof. Now, I lose time here, because I haven't picked up an exit gate. So I actually have to walk my ass out of here. And I don't think I have the exit spell. But I think also Drew would put a joke with that. And the points don't matter, just like... Why boss music? No exit gate, I can't buy it! Cause Dragon, I guess so, Dragon in position 1. Darn it! I was kind of hoping that would quick, a death actually would have been faster. I can still get one! There's still time! I haven't backed out of that cave in so long. Ay, 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 ay. Fucking alpha right there. Ay, 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 ay. Alright. Since we have no hit points, we don't have any armor. We've got plenty of time, so you know what? I'm gonna grab the Star Ruin. I am not gonna grab the Power Ruin. At under 200 hit points and no armor, if for some reason, do not say stay, we just want to save, okay. If for some reason, like the window of that being effective is really small, it's either not going to do enough anyway, or it's going to do way too much anyway. So, I think really all comes down to, I mean, doesn't it always? Speed. If he's fast, and I cannot get consecutive turns to use Wizard Ruin and Light Ruin, I lose. If I can, there's a strong chance I win. I have F shield though. I don't think I have protect. I will cast F shield if I have it. I do have protect as well. Alright. F shield. I do have protect. Alright, I dodged. That's a real good sign. Alright, this is why we have F shield. Now, I don't know how strong he is. I'm not dodging enough, so now that's really scary. That's really scary. I only dodged the first one. Fire 2 is a decently strong enough spell also. I don't know how strong Thunder is. I'm gonna do Wind Ruin. I'm gonna cut down his speed. If I could just somehow sneak one more dodge in somewhere. I have one harp left. Alright, what's the magic number? Ooh! We go for it! We go for it here and now! Time! Yeah! Screw you, bro! Now that was a really strong run. I mean, 123 under any of the run conditions is a strong run. And especially with this being SeedS+NoGold. No gold has its perks though. It saves so much time looking into shops because you don't have to. The SeedS naturally slows you down going through the treasure chest. I mean, and in this run, I skipped some of the treasure chests. I got most of them, but still, choosing to skip some is a double-edged sword. And the game kind of gifted it to me, cause I dodged 2 or 3 physical attacks. Like, I didn't dodge any of the magic attacks. I dodged the physical attacks. Who knows how strong he was? There's just a strong possibility I die with any one of those shots right there. Ooh, that went quicker than I expected. What is the next run tonight? I will ask you guys, chat. Sometimes, I'll see what opinions come up. I could do another 7th Saga run. An in and out run? Ooh. The thing is, no. I cooked dinner. I cooked pork. And I ate just before I started streaming. So, I don't need dinner. Speedrun in and out. Go. I used to, on my lunch break, go to In and Out, which was a city away. Get In and Out. and eat it. My coworkers be like, you got it In-N-Out? I was like, yeah. It was mostly for the drive. I took side roads and back roads to get there. It was nice. Also, lunch was an hour long, not a half hour there. So, more time to be able to do that. Double milkshake. Double milkshake randomizer. Wouldn't that be a cosmopolitan randomizer? Cosmo milkshake. Oh, In-N-Out, the one thing you should never get is their grilled cheese. Vastly disappointing. I thought it might be like, oh, they might grill the cheese or what. No, you know what they did? All they did was, like, yeah, the cheese was kind of grilled, but it was in between the bun, the lettuce, and the tomatoes, and, like, it's a terrible grilled cheese sandwich. It's a terrible burger. Thank you, Game Boy F9. This randomizer is the shit. I saw it on the secret menu and wanted to try it, and vastly disappointed. Yes, that one. Cosmo Napolitanian. I schmurt. You guys come here for the intelligence, just know that. Cosmo's a drink, and not the same as a kamikaze. Oh, jeez. Cosmo Canyon. Nanaki. Alright, who after playing Final Fantasy VII, when you got Red 13, changed his name to Nanaki? Because I did that. I'm just wondering if I'm the only one who did that. Okay. I am going to change over games. I am going to move over to Blue Marlin. So, a little bit of a relaxing change of pace. Blue Marlin's like I'm speedrunning, but I'm not really good at it, so it doesn't really matter type of speedrun. So, alright. Let me get this up here, and let me close that down. So for those that are watching this out on YouTube, thank you all for watching. I hope you have a good time. I speedrun 7th Saga starting 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Wednesdays. Currently, my schedule may look to change, but currently, that's what it is. So thank you all for watching. Just stay there in Twitch land. I'm lazy in editing, so this is for YouTube. Have a good day, good night, good evening, good week, wherever you are. Remember, if you come across a loved one, be sure to tell them that you love them. Alright, I'm coming back with Blue Marlin in just a sec.